everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cassandra from Craftably Ever After, and I'm really excited to be chatting to all of you today on this lovely Friday. I hope you have something exciting planned for the weekend, but I thought I'd hop on here for a slightly different video than usual, in that it's sort of an unboxing video. Now let me give you a quick background on exactly what has happened leading up to this video. So a while back, a company sent me an email, and you would know about them because everyone's been doing diamond painting or some or other thing from them. And the company is New Craft Day. Now they sent me an email and said, oh, they'd like to send me some things, if I can then make a video about it. So I thought it was a spam email, to be honest. So I left it for a few days, chatted to my husband about it, because obviously I'm not at all a big YouTube channel. So I gave it a few days and I thought, well, this is very weird. Maybe they made a mistake. So I wrote back to them and I said, well, thank you very much for your kind offer. But I am situated in Denmark, because that normally does put people off from sending things. And they wrote back straight away and they said, no, that's not a problem. They sent to Denmark. Would I be interested in receiving something from them? Now, I enjoy receiving free things as much as the next person. But if I'm going to be receiving something and opening it on my channel, which is mainly crochet, so I do the odd bit of other crafting things here and there, but my main thing is crochet. So that took me another few days, because I know I'm not going to do diamond painting, and I'm most definitely not a paint by numbers person, although there are beautiful paint by numbers things out there, and I do love painting, strangely enough. But I knew those were two things that I would not actually ever consider doing. It won't fit into what I want my channel to be about. So the only other thing that they offer on the website is cross-stitching. Now, cross-stitching, folks, I must be honest with you, is a craft that I've never, ever in my entire life had any desire to try. Not at all. But since I started crocheting, I've seen these beautiful amigurumi that designers make, and then they put cross-stitch patterns onto their toys. Now that I did love, but because I don't cross-stitch, I never even considered buying the pattern, because I won't ever do the cross-stitch part of it. And that sort of, to me, was the whole beauty of that specific toy, is that they had these beautiful designs on it made in cross-stitch. So I've never actually, cross-stitch was never anything that was on my mind. But when I started thinking about what this New Craft Day offered, and I had a look through all of their cross-stitch patterns, something popped into my mind, an idea I had of how I can incorporate this into my amigurumi. And this is what I wanted to share with you guys today. So let me start with a quick unboxing part. I wanted to show you what they sent me, and then I will get to how I have incorporated this into my amigurumi. Because this is the only way in which I would have taken anything for free from a company and showed it to you guys if I thought it actually benefited what my channel was about. So it arrived, nothing fancy, in a little plastic bag like this. And in the end, I ordered 3 items. Now, their site is very, very cheap. So I'll put the link down below. If you feel like you want to pop over and have a look at it, I will show you what I got. If you want to have a look at it, great. If you don't want to have a look at what they offer, great as well. But I thought this would give you something to think about. So the items that I received from them was this. So I got cross-stitch kits. So they sell loads and loads and loads of cross-stitch kits. Now, I will never, ever in my entire life do one of those massive portrait-sized cross stitches. So I actually just looked at items that contained small cross stitch items. Now they didn't have anything like that, but I will show you the ones I got how it fit into this idea that I had brewing in my head. So this was the one. So it was this lovely Christmas pattern design. Now I'll open this one up a bit later. I'll show you what's inside one of the other ones, because this one is the one that I ended up making something with. So I'll get to that one in just a minute. Then I got this adorable Home Sweet Home. Now you'll see it's filled with all sorts of small little items on a larger canvas that you can cross stitch. So I had this one, and then the third one, just because I absolutely love sunflowers. Now it is a bit bigger one, so this was the third one that I got. And then just because I don't have one, I asked for one of these little small cross stitch hoops, just to be able to hold a small piece of fabric a bit easier. So I'm going to open up this cute Home Sweet Home one just to show you what's inside one of these kits. So inside you get, okay, this is just the front, just the pamphlet of what the finished item would look like. Then you get a page with the actual design, showing, you know, where you stitch what, and then the color chart is printed here in the back. Then you get your actual piece of fabric. Now what was nice with this ones, now I'm not a cross stitcher, although that is now a whole different rabbit hole that I have gone into, and I will talk about that in a bit as well. But you get this fabric, and the nice thing, which ended up being brilliant for me, is that the design is already printed on here. So most cross stitch, or the fancy cross stitching things out there, is just it's your specific cross stitch fabric, but there's nothing printed on it, and you only work from your chart. So you work according to these little blocks that they give you. And I do have another one like that, purchased separately, that is just a plain piece of fabric, and you've got to sort of keep really well track of what you are doing. Whereas these ones that has the design printed on it, like, you know, this is where you're gonna work. You don't have to count how many blank stitches or this color you have to do, and then count and make sure you only do that amount of color. So for someone who's a complete beginner like me, I found this extremely helpful, and it was massively relaxing to do. Can I just tell you, I was very surprised at how much I enjoyed doing cross stitch. So this was your actual fabric with your design printed on it. Now they do have kits where there's no printing on it. That is just your blank canvas. Then you do get needles. So it comes with 2 needles, and then this is all of the fabric, or not the fabric, all of the yarn that you will need to complete this entire thing. So it's nicely labeled with all of the colors just there, and then you work according to this color chart. So that's basically what you get in a kit. So the printed ones, I really liked it. It took a lot of the counting and stress away from me. It was just the most relaxing few days. And like I said, I received this on Tuesday. I worked on it every day, a bit here, a bit there, and I didn't have to concentrate too much, because you just work exactly where the little block is stamped. You know that's the color that you're working with. So that basically is what you get in the kit. Now, what did I end up doing, folks? Because, like I said, I'm not going to just take something for free and not be able to use it. And what I ended up making, and this was the exciting part, and I'm so pleased with how it came out. And this is why I couldn't wait to show it to you guys. Now, sorry for all the paper. I'm trying to get it nicely out of the bag that I repackaged it in. So my Christmas one was a big thing like this, and as you can see, I cut something out from here, because I'm not going to make this massive big thing, because where will I put it? What did I end up making? Now, I like to add little details to my toys. You would have seen it in fairly recently, my little carnival bear, where I gave him a cotton candy thing to hold and a little tiny bear in his one arm to look like he arrived from the carnival. So I like adding small little things to give my amigurumi a whole different personality. So for this one, so this is my bear. My bear. I've got bears on the brain. The bunny that I made recently. So I'll put a pattern of this bunny into the description as well. But folks, this is what I made. So let me just take it off. So when I made this bunny, I knew I was going to give him a Christmas theme. He's made in Rainbow Cotton 8/4. This lovely sparkly yarn I bought recently. It's a Christmas pack from Hobby. It's also Rainbow Cotton 8/4, but it's their glitter. It doesn't show very nicely on the screen, but it's got this nice gold glitter in it. So I knew I was going to give him a Christmas theme. And when I saw this pattern with all the little Christmas things on it, I knew exactly what I was going to do. So I only cross-stitched one little part, which was that heart. So it didn't take me long at all to do. I cut it out and I sewed it into a little bag where this fellow is like taking all of his Christmas goodies with him. So it's a little pouch that I made for him. And in it, I just popped a little, I like wrapped the, what do you call it, matchbox. Just put a little Christmas wrapping on a little matchbox. And there's some ornaments that I popped in there, little wooden ornaments that I had. And I made him a little crossbody bag out of fabric. So I had this nice cork fabric. I cut a hole right in the middle, big enough for my small patch of cross stitch that I did. Sewed it on the inside of that gap. Put a little lining into my bag, a nice crossbody handle. Now, I'm not the world's best sewer, I must tell you. This is why my strap was supposed to cross over from the front to the back. I couldn't figure out how on earth I was going to do it. So I just put the strap in the front. But this is what I did, and I am so pleased with how this turned out. So this little cross stitch patch took me next to no time to do, and as you will see, there's many more little patterns on this piece of fabric. So there you can see it's all printed. So I'm planning to do something with a star. Now this is not the color that it's going to be, it's just the color that it's printed on the fabric. There are little numbers on it, on this chart that shows you what it's going to look like. So you just follow this chart, it has the colors on it, and then you follow your colors according to your little yarn thing, swatch thing, I don't know what you call that yarn thing that they put the yarn on. But this little star is one of the next things that I'm going to make. And I like the idea of putting it on these little bags for my amigurumi. So there you go. So my little bunny, let me just pop his bag over his shoulder again. So there we go. My little festive bunny with his cross-stitched bag and his Christmas shopping that he's already started doing. So there you have it, guys. What do you think? I thought this was such a wonderful idea to use a whole different craft and incorporate that into my amigurumis. So you will most certainly be seeing more cross stitch in the amigurumis going forward, because it was so relaxing. I absolutely loved doing it. So I've actually, like I said, I've gone now down this cross stitch rabbit hole, which I was not expecting. So I've been watching some tutorials on a lovely cross stitch channel called Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I've ordered the Christmas stitch along kit that's on its way to me. I've ordered a few other small cross stitch kits. So I've enjoying it a lot. And I know there are some of you who do cross stitch out there. I have seen beautiful images on Instagram. So you guys do a wonderful job. But there you go. I think I am officially hooked. And I will be doing definitely more cross stitch in my future projects. All right, guys, that is it. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. The people at New Craft, they did give me a discount coupon that I will also pop in the description if you want to go have a look at it. Like I say, I don't have any obligation other than showing you what they sent me and my honest review of their products. I loved it. It was relaxing. It came fast. It's beautifully like wrapped in these little kits. Everything you need. Very handy. Thoroughly enjoyed it. All right, you guys. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe. Stay crafty. And I will talk to you again soon.